Hey everyone, how you all doing today? So we have another shoutcast for you. Yep, we do. So this is going to be from last season, and obviously I do appreciate the submission. Super sorry that it is super late, but yeah, it's going to be from a legend. So congratulations on reaching legend last season. I'm sure you're going to do it this season as well. But the team is going to be an interesting one, Shadow Flygon, which is a Pokemon you really don't see too often. I actually used it a lot in, I think it was the Fantasy Cup for Great League a season or two ago. I don't remember exactly when it was. It was a great Pokemon for that. This is the Open Great League, but we got Shadow Flygon. What does Shadow Flygon hate? It hates Ice types and it hates Fairy types. So this team is going to have Skeledirge and Empoleon in the back, which has got you covered, right? So as I said, this is from last season, but yeah, so move changes a little bit different. Obviously, the Spark, if we see Lantern, wasn't nerfed. Wishcash Gold still going to be 50%. Not much of a difference. Obviously, Swift is not going to be around like Wigglytuff, but yeah, not really a difference. But let's go ahead and dive right into it and see how this amazing trainer battles. So, yeah, so let's see. Shadow Flygon into Mantine. Okay, so this thing has Scorching Sands and Dragon Claws, so not really a great matchup because you can't go for the Scorching Sands. There's no point in baiting it, right? Because obviously they know you're not going to go for it. And you have no fast move pressure, so this is definitely tough. I'm going to call it Aerial-Ace. Aerial-Ace will not be enough to KO, and it is going to be an Aerial-Ace. So that is a good call. I guess just going to go ahead and stay in here. Obviously, that you avoided the Fairy type if there is one, or an Ice type, so that's always good. But they do switch into Steelix. You can't make it to a move. Skeledirge coming in. Good situation for the Dirge. I guess you could have brought in either Pokemon. Obviously, you have to be concerned about Crunch when it comes to Skeledirge. The thing about Empoleon is its fast move, Steel Wing, is resisted, right? Yes, you have the super effective Hydro Cannon, but the Steel Wing is resisted. Oh, they actually call that. Okay, I feel like I would have thrown the Shadow Ball there. But actually, would it have KO'd? I don't know, maybe throwing the Summoned Voice and then getting the farm down was a good play too. Maybe that's what you were going for. And that's fine, but now we're going to see the Mantine coming back in. Just going to go ahead and throw the Summoned Voice right now. That will pick up the shield. Going to switch out into Empoleon. So the good thing about Empoleon is you do resist all the attacks, no matter what Mantine has. Water Pulse, Ice Beam, Aerial Ace, Wing Attack, all resisted. Ooh. So, Empoleon is an interesting Pokemon because it's a water typing, but it's also a steel typing, which means you take neutral damage from fire attacks, but your fast moves are resisted, right? Steel Wing. Unless you have Waterfall, which nobody runs Waterfall nowadays. Oh, I guess this is from the Catch Cup. Ooh, my apologies. Not much of a difference, though, to be completely honest with you. I mean, there might be some minor differences. I don't think Cresselia was around last season. Maybe it was. Something like that. So you might not see some Pokemon like that. But you could still see, like, the Wishcash, right? And all the other Pokemon you would expect and you would encounter. Like Skeledirge, for example. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go for the bait right now with the Dragon Claw. I do like this bait because the Scorching Sands will KO, and they do shield. So yeah, the shield, not a guarantee, but it makes sense. Going to go ahead and go for another Dragon Claw right now. Didn't even charge up for the Scorching Sands, wanting to get it off before they throw. And maybe that's because you could shield this and maybe get a Mud Shot down. Mud Shot is super effective. You are a Shadow. By the way, the Shiny Shadow looks amazing. But no, going to go ahead and switch, maybe trying to catch it. Unfortunately, though, the Carbink comes in. This is not a good matchup for fire types in general, like Skeledirge, because you take super effective damage. But that actually did a lot. That Shadow Ball actually did more than I thought to a Carbink, to be honest. Carbink is ultra thick. So they're going to go ahead and throw. They're not going to go for the farm down. They don't want to take a Shadow Ball. Empoleon can farm this down. This is obviously Empoleon destroys Carbink. So you just farm down there. Do bring in the Skeledirge. Do you shield and farm down? No, just going to let it go. Oh, it is. Ooh, actually, it didn't KO. It almost KO'd. Are you at the attack? You are at the attack. Able to get it off into a Mantine. Mantine is rough. Mantine is rough. I've actually been running a team this season that kind of struggles against Mantine myself. Gonna go ahead and go for the Dragon Claw right now. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you could have paid. You need to get to one more Dragon Claw, and I don't even know if that would be enough. That might be enough. But you're not going to make it because I think they have two. But we're going to see a shield right now with the Flygon. Can you make it? No, barely not able to make it. Obviously, this is going to KO. One more wing attack would have been enough anyway. So good game, well played to both trainers. Unfortunately, you can't win that one, but that's okay. You can't win every single game. Let's go ahead and move into the next battle. And see what the next battle has in store for us. So we can see that this trainer was a legend, right? They hit legend and then they did some tanking. So they're currently in the 2300s, but that's totally fine. The opponent actually switches out of Poliwrath kind of into a Clodsire. Really interesting there, okay. Scorching Sands. I know Clodsire is bulky. I want to say that would have KO'd. Maybe not quite, but it would have come close. I know that. They do go for the Earthquake, which is actually good for you. Because you shielded. Now, I mean, Shadow Flygon is glassy. It can't really take a hit. So Scorching Sands is going to be enough to knock out that Clodsire easy. Despite how bulky it is, right? So let's see what comes in. Going to be a Greedent. Okay, Scorching Sands coming out right now. Greedents usually don't like the shield, so I don't think we'll see a shield. It doesn't threaten a KO, but we do see a Skeledirge coming right now. You knew they had the Poliwrath in the back. It's definitely Icy Wind Scald. This season I have seen Power Up Punch a lot with Icy Wind, but this is last season, so Scald is still at 50%, and I still think Scald is a great move, even with the nerf. And they do go straight for it. Knocking out, you cannot bring in that Empoleon. You'll be taking a lot of damage if you do, so the Flygon is coming in. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, okay, going for the Dragon Claw. Kind of concerned you can't make the Scorching Sands, I get it. You probably couldn't have, but I do wonder if this puts it in fun. You're going to take a lot of counter damage. They do throw an attack, so you get a Steel Wing down. Going to call the Icy Wind. Scald is still, it is Icy Wind, so beautiful call. Scald is still resisted, but it does a lot of damage. Trailblaze, okay, good shield. Yeah, you win. You just farm down and go for a Drill Peck. Beautiful. Well played, well played. This Drill Peck is going to be obviously enough to KO that Poliwrath, considering how low it is. Really well done there. Yeah, this seems like a pretty cool team in the Open Great League. Just have some fun. I know this is the Catch Cup, but still, you can use it in the Open Great League as well. Flygon is always... I love Flygon. Even in Go Battle League, I mean, it has Scorching Sands. It's just such... It has a great moveset. So, definitely for limited metas is really where it shines, I feel like. For example, that Fantasy Cup I was kind of talking about. I think there was another meta that Flygon was good in as well. But... yeah, doing a lot of damage with that Dragon Claw. It just can't take a hit, right? So yeah, I mean, gonna go ahead and shield this. It's gonna be a Feather Dance. That was kind of an obvious Feather Dance, but it still would have gotten it low, so I totally understand that. I mean, it could have been Aerial Ace though, so I shouldn't have said it's an obvious Feather Dance, because if it's Aerial Ace, it KOs, which is kind of what I thought it was. Because most Shadow Pidgeot I do see, I feel like they do have Aerial Ace. Okay, so you're debuffed, double debuffed, but they still shield, which is good. I know the Summon Voice is super effective. It's not the most strongest move out there, but yeah, it doesn't do much. It doesn't even two-shot it because of the double debuff from the Feather Dance. They'll throw Scald, which will knock out the Skeledirge, no doubt about it. Never mind, they throw the Icy Wind. Okay, so, I mean, it's not like they could Icy Wind and count it down because you double resist counters, so very interesting there, but... that's totally fine for you. Flygon, maybe a misclick, who knows. Flygon is going to come in and go for the Dragon Claw. Take out the Poliwrath. Scum coming in. Okay, this is a terrible matchup for the Flygon no matter what, right? I am curious how much Scorching Sands does. I know it's resisted, but let's see how much it does. Okay, decent. For being resisted, I would say that's decent damage. I don't think this is going to connect because this is going to be enough to KO. Yeah. But Empoleon does resist all the attacks. However, this is a Shadow Empoleon, so if you don't think the Brave Bird is going to... Brave Bird might not actually KO, but it's going to do a lot. I don't think it does. If that was a Shadow Scum, maybe? Oh, they go for the Sky Attack, yeah. Brave Bird, look how much the Sky Attack did, by the way. Brave Bird would have gotten it lower, but I think he would have lived. If that was a Shadow Scum, though, again, that would have KO'd, I think. But either way, this Empoleon can get to another move and KO. And it will KO. So there we go. Great game. Very well played to both trainers. Absolutely love to see it. Was that the final battle? We only have one set. That may have been the final. No, it looks like we have another battle. Let's go. Let's go. Alright. We'll see how the next game goes. The next battle probably the final battle. Okay, so Shadow Flygon into Mantine. Another Mantine. I hate seeing Mantine leads with the team I use. You know that. Wishcash, Tentacruel, Scummery lead. Definitely rough. But Flygon is going to go ahead and go for... the Dragon Claw right now, obviously, right? Very nicely done. Okay, good catch. I do like this catch because you know whatever they threw, you resist it. They actually go straight Ice Beam, which is surprising. I expected Aerial Ace, but because of how glassy Flygon is, you might expect the opponent to bait. That's why maybe you just go for the heavy hitting attack to make sure it KOs. Right? It's a mind game sometimes. You know, so I don't think the Ice Beam was a mistake, but I think it was a beautiful catch on the Empoleon there. So Empoleon will go for the Hydro there. And now it's going to go for another Hydro. Now, Hydro Cannon is definitely a better move than Dropek. But Hydro is resisted, but it's still better to go for Hydro, I think. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I feel like Hydro would still do more damage, even though Dropek is neutral. If Dropek was super effective, Dropek would be the way to go. But I think that's correct. Oh, can't quite farm down, but you do resist all the attacks unless if it's Thunder. Let's find out. It's not its power up, you do resist it. Actually did a decent amount to the to the Dirge, but let's see what comes in here. Okay, the Mantine coming back in. We know they have Ice Beam, we know they have Water Pulse, so it's going to be Aerial Ace spam. Shadow Ball, beautiful. Glyceopod, okay. So the Scorching Sands is resisted here, so just going to go ahead and go for the Dragon Claw. 2 Dragon Claws KO, right? Oh, well, not quite. It will get it low, but it won't KO. Man, Flygon has such a good moveset. I wish it was used more. I don't know, if it was bulky, it would be good, but it's not bulky. X's is going to be enough to KO, or at least more bulk to it. You know, it really has no bulk, or very little, I should say. So Skeledirge is going to go ahead and go for the Disarming Voice, and that will be enough to KO the Mantine, and that is going to be a beautiful game, very well played to both trainers, and a great submission. Thank you so much for sharing your battle experiences with all of us, even though it is late, and congratulations on Legend last season. Good luck this season. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good day. Bye.